Oh, yeah. See, this is how I know now that it was a total mind fuck, is what she was doing. She was messing with my heart and my head. All because I was doing what I was supposed to and she wasn't. And she didn't want me to find that out. Anytime I did, it was always, you know, always my fault. Every once, well, I can't say always my fault every once in a while, because every once in a while she would blame it on me. Every once in a while that she would get caught, like every other that in between, every so few, she would, try to act like she was upset and sad and sorry, and wouldn't leave my side, wouldn't stop bothering me, even though I didn't want anything to do with her. Basically, the same shit Jen did, just a little differently, but same things. At Duncan, she was all up. Well, first of all, let me start off with this. I ended up getting a job at Pizza Hut delivering pizza and doing floors on the side. So I wouldn't be running the business. I wouldn't be working with Uncle John. I wouldn't be gone all day, even though I even cut that in half and was making good money and was home by 5 or 6. And that still wasn't good enough. Even though we had a long talk, I told her all I wanted to do was work to make my family happy, healthy, and that's it. That's my dream. You guys wanted a family, so I made it my dream to give that to you. And she's like, well, I don't want to mess with that. I'm really not trying to. I understand what I'm doing, have been doing, has been, and I'm going to stop that. But I really think that it'd be better if we both got regular jobs. That way we could see it. She knew damn well we were not going to see each other. And I even explained it to her. I said, if you get a job in the morning and I get a job in the evening, we're not going to see each other. Okay. So, see, she's basing all this stuff off of seeing each other. But anytime I'm not in your presence, you want somebody else's attention. So that's a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, this is the conversation that we were having. So I get the job at Pizza Hut. She gets all upset because she can't find a job. She put in the application at Duncan. It was only a day, and they hadn't said anything to her, so she was upset. So I, and mind you, this is right when she let her mom back into the picture at Cedar Hill. Imagine that. So I go up to Duncan. I talk to the owner and the manager, and they give her an interview. So I made sure to get her the job, and comes back to bite me now, doesn't it? See, even though I don't agree with what she's doing, I know we're not going to make enough money. I know this is gonna. She's just too hard headed, and she's going to keep doing stuff until I felt I proved to her that her way is not going to work. It's not to upset you. You want to see this in action. You think it's going to work, and once we do it, it's going to mess up everything. And see, this is what I mean. Benefit of the doubt. The whole time, she knew exactly what was going to happen. Playing dumb, playing naive, playing innocent. Yep, the whole time she knew it was going to slowly but surely destroy everything. Why? Because all the money I was giving her when I was working with my uncle, she wasn't doing what she was acting all sweet and bubbly and nice about, acting like she was taking care of bills to give me a break, even though that's what I was trying to tell her I would do with my half of my money. Right. You see, ugh, the reason why it's so hard to understand is because she is fantasizing about this. This is a fantasy. She's not actually going to do what she's trying to make me believe. Literally, I'm standing in my living room the day the electric gets cut off. It's in her name. Everything's in her name, by the way. Remember that trick. That was from Joppatown. She wanted everything in her name. All the vehicles are in her name. The 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 townhouse we have is in her name. Everything is paid for by me. But just remember that. This is what she's, trying to play all this love bombing and getting caught cheating and then trying to play the up and down roller coaster so everything gets all tangled and mixed up and forgotten about, blah, blah, blah. The dude's name was Chris. Yep. And I'm pretty sure there was more than one. Because after he got fired for what they got caught doing, she got fired for it. Right. Then she whines and cries to her Aunt Prudence, which is her Uncle Mark's wife, and gets a job at a gas station where she keeps getting in trouble at these gas stations and they keep moving her. And they keep lying to me saying, oh, well, they were just low on staff. No. The corporate report shows that she keeps doing inappropriate things on camera. 3 different locations. The last location, there was one time that I asked Cheyenne and Fred and um, I say Cheyenne because she was there. She wasn't asked to watch the kids. It was their grandfather and their step grandmother. And no, I didn't like those people watching my kids, but I had to so I could go see what the hell was going on at this Bolero. And I did. I went up there, and lo and behold, here these two are flirting back and forth. And you can tell what they're doing is flirting. Everybody knows what it is. And they disappear in the back. When they're coming out of the back, fixing their clothes, is when I walk in. Yeah, you should have seen the look on her face. I left her there, and I went home. She called her dad and her stepmom to come get her. Then they all tried to yell at me when they got home. I said, you're trying to act like I did something wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. You were caught messing around with some dude at work. Her dad's like, did you see them do anything? I said, I saw enough. That's all I need to see. Next thing you know, she's getting fired for sexual acts on camera from corporate, which is higher than her aunt. Her aunt is just a manager. Uh-huh. So obviously somebody's reviewing those tapes and you're getting fired for doing things that is above your aunt's discretion because it happened 3 times. Well, all I know is it happened at 3 stores. I don't know how many times it happened at each store. I just know of the one that I walked in on and the other 2 stores. And then when she got fired for that. So now this is 4 different places she went to work for that she is caught doing things. I wasn't doing my job. Well, pretty funny. She had 4 kids by me. She wouldn't stop wanting that. Every time she got caught messing around or I got mad or wanted to leave, that's what she tried to use. Really? Sounds like she's a sexual deviant that tries to cover it up by blaming it on other people and tries to use it for profit. Everybody knows an abused and battered woman, if she puts herself on a housing list, most states, if they have a uh, restraining order or peace order, they are automatically put to the top of the list. It gives them a free house, basically. That's how she got out of her mom's trailer park so quickly. My sister pulled the same thing and got my phone taken by the sheriff's office that is covering up what happened to my kids by manipulating and lying. She started an argument and a fight that day because she was drunk and she attacked me and I wrapped her up and laughed at her. Well, she had hickeys on her neck from her boyfriend. And when the cops got there, I told them I was not pressing charges because it's my sister and it's a domestic dispute, so somebody's going to jail. And she decided she was going to press charges. That's why I got arrested. That's the way it works in this state. Either one can press charges. Either one. It doesn't mean you're the aggressor. It doesn't mean anything like that. It means because I wrapped her up and put a stop to her, that is technically assault in this state. There is no self-defense. See, I'm not allowed to defend myself. I'm supposed to run, scream, and call a cop. I'm not doing that. That's what I got in trouble for. Yep. On my son Nolan's birthday is the day she picked to do this, and I know she picked it because she got divorced from her husband. She moved in here, and that is her first MO, is to take over the whole entire place where she is at. She is the boss. She gets to run shit. Anybody that's there that she don't want there will leave one way or another, and that is the way she is. When she did all this, and my mom denied her staying here because she was trying to take over mom's house, it wasn't because of what she did to me. It is because she was trying to take over mom's house, which is what I told my mom she was going to do. She used that peace order that she put against me to get further up on the housing law. Yeah. Even though she was the one that started that fight, she was the aggressor, she was the one that was drunk. But I'm the one that ends up with alcohol classes and all this other shit, even though I wasn't drunk. No, she knows that I like the green apple Angry Orchards every once in a while. And no, folks, I drink one, maybe two, if I even drink anything. Now, she brought it to me, and she's already screwed up on these things. And she's like, these things are so good, blah, 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 blah. No, she was being nice at first. And I'm like, yeah, those are one of my favorite. That's all I said. And she handed it to me. And there's like maybe 2/3 of a beer. It wasn't even a full beer. And I drank it, and I'm letting the dogs out. And she's in the bathroom for like 6 hours after, this is way after she gave me the beer and that and encounter. And she's in the bathroom for hours, hours upon hours, hours. And I mean, we have a whole house full of people. We have 2 bathrooms. Come on now, you can't do that. This isn't your house. You can't sit in the bathroom for 8 hours not doing shit. It was like 6 to 8 hours. She was in there for a while. It was from like 12 to 5:30, 6 o'clock, maybe 11 to around there. But yeah, dude, and all I said was, you need to hurry up because somebody needs to use the bathroom. And she flipped the fuck out. Started cussing and running her mouth and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. And I ain't this, I ain't that. I said, all because I have to use the bathroom and you won't get the fuck out of it. And I just ignored it. I went downstairs. I put the 2 dogs in my mom's room, and I let my dog up, let him go out. She's still running her mouth this whole time from the bathroom. Yep. And I'm not saying nothing. I'm just laughing, okay? Because I know my sister, and this is how she is. It's all because she's not getting what she wants, even though she's gotten what she wants for fucking hours. It's time to put a stop to it. And all I said was, I gotta use the bathroom. You need to get out of there. Literally it. Okay, my stepdad is here. He is in his room, door shut. My niece is here, which is her daughter, in her room at the end of the hall with the door shut. Okay. I let the 2 dogs in, which I put them in the room with my stepdad. She's still running her mouth, talking about how she's going to whoop my ass, all this shit from the bathroom. I'm just laughing. I go downstairs to put my dog down there. While I went to the back door, got my dog, took him downstairs, put him away, and then I come upstairs. I got to go past the bathroom to let the dogs out of my stepdad's room. And she opens the door and fucking hits me in my fucking ribs and starts attacking me. So I wrapped her up and held her down. And next thing I know, my stepdad comes around the corner, starts attacking me. She's yelling at her daughter to call the cops, even though you just attacked me. What the fuck you mean, call the cops? I didn't beat you up. I'm holding you down. Which is what I don't do. When I don't want to hurt somebody, I will wrap them up and hold them down. Now, with females, I tend to do that if they get mad and go to swing at me for whatever reason. Males are a lot different. But like I said, I will try to take it easier on them depending on the situation. And this is why I'm saying, fuck that. Everybody's getting treated the way they treat me. I don't give a shit what your gender is. Because I'm already getting in trouble for it. I'm already being looked at as this and that and the other, even though I handled it the way I should have handled it. Trust me, I could have really hurt my sister, and she knows it. And that's what I'm saying. If I wanted to fight you and hurt you, you would be hurt. It's not a joke. I'm not being cocky. It's the fucking truth. But whatever. Y'all better look up the Fighting Irish, man. Small don't mean weak. But anyway, yeah, all that stuff comes down the pike to divert and distract for Tiffany. 2 days later, or a few days later, I think it was June 6th, was the first court date for her mother. I'm in jail. Because of this shit with my sister trying to take over a house. All over me having to use the bathroom. Ridiculous. But whatever. Now on paper, to police and all that, kind of seals the deal for Tiffany and Jen's story now, doesn't it? Even though all that is manipulation as well. Yeah, I stood up for myself. No, I didn't physically attack them or hurt them or anything like that. Jen never tried to physically hurt me or attack me. She just ran her mouth and, was really rude and ignorant and loud. And, lying and manipulative, of course. But yeah, I would, at certain points after it got so far, or it was a deliberate spit in my face that I knew what she was doing and nobody else did, yeah, it pissed me off and she knew it. That's why she did it. She knew what it was going to do. It was going to start an argument, and she knew how and what to do that. Yeah, she used to do it with her dad and Mary Lou all the time, so her stepmom would leave because she didn't like her, even though she would steal her pills, even though that she lied to me about, and I believed Jen on that one until I found out the truth about that. Yeah, she almost got me into a fight with two people because they were stealing they weren't stealing them. It was his wife's pills, and he was taking them. So I guess he was stealing them, supposedly for her stomach surgery that she had. So they're pain pills. And Jen went in there to use the bathroom. We were there for something because we were renting off of Jen's step uncle and our uncle-in-law and step sister or brother-in-law, something weird like that. Anyway, it was Mary Lou's daughter's boyfriend and Mary Lou's daughter. She was trying to be a realtor. They were both on drugs. And I was working for Chad. I moved in there to get away from my parents and everything going on here. And yeah, I saved up money that they stole. Yep, and that's why we ended up moving out of there. We were actually going to move out of there the next day and go to an apartment in Elkton that I already had set up with the owner and all that to come up there and give him all the money I had saved up to get the apartment. And it was right around the corner from her dad. Jen was ecstatic. And then, of course, she was. She knows all the friends from school that she can run around and do stuff with that I don't know. You know, yeah, that was her plan. Yeah, this is how they think. I can't help that. How am I the fucked up one just because I'm mentioning what they did and how they thought? Well, that just sounds far. No shit. That's why I'm saying it. For the people that are dealing with this type of person, and it can be a male too, just so they understand, the actions. Now, with a male and a female that is suffering from these types of disabilities, it can look a little different. But if you step back, like I said, and look at the whole thing, they're the same basic actions. It is manipulation for this reason or for that reason, or just because they want to start stuff for this reason to fight or to, you know, this, that, and the other. That's what I mean by there's similarities. Now, it might be over a football game, it might be over a car, it might be over whatever, you know, for a guy. I'm just saying what it might be, how it might be a little different. Still the same scenario, just different little details used to do it. Yeah, it's just like doing, building something, and you can use ratchets, you can use a drill with a socket, you can use all kinds of stuff. What should you use is the real thing. I'm just saying, there's a lot of different ways to put that together. There's only a few right ones. Some things only have one or two ways to do it, and that's it. But yeah, this is what these people did. That's what I mean. She manipulated my family and friends, and all of them were going along with her story. Brian knew exactly what she was doing, though. I would like to believe that my sister didn't, but I don't know. My sister seemed to love my kids, but she also seemed like she always wanted to try and act like she was better, even though she wasn't even taking care of her kids. She was doing the same damn shit that these women were doing. That's the whole reason why she got married to Kevin, because her brother was about to get married, and they all had to get married before me. That's why my brother jumped and got married. That's why she just snagged some dude and tried to get married. They all tried to do it before me. That's why they ended up having kids right around the same time that Kyle was born, is because I told my brother and sister about me and Bethany's talks about planning Kyle, and she wanted to get pregnant. And next thing you know, Jeanette gets pregnant around the same time. Willie gets pregnant around the same time. I mean, obviously, Bethany got pregnant a little bit later. But yeah, that's why mm, all our three sons were born almost at the same time. Yeah, my brother, little Willie, and Yvonne, which was my ex fiance when she was my fiance. We were gonna get married. Yeah, never happened. Um, but anyway, little Willie was born in September. John was born in December, and so was Kyle. John was born, I believe, the 10th, or the 4th or the 5th in December. I don't know why I keep thinking the 10th. I think that's Katrina's birthday, December 10th. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, I think John's is like the 4th or the 5th of December. And then Kyle's is the 21st. Yeah. So you see, they knew about what me and Bethany talked about, and that we hadn't done it yet. We were going to, because I talked to my siblings about what the hell I was going to do. And I shouldn't have, because they weren't any help. But they all knew. I don't know if they told my mom or not. But I ended up telling my mom, and she still tries to act like Bethany. Whatever Bethany told her is still the truth. and it's not. She tried to tell my mom that she didn't know she was pregnant, and that is a lie. I was there when she took the pregnancy test. I was there. I was the one telling her that she was showing signs of being pregnant, and I know her, and her mother knew it before. I know it. But everybody tries to act like, oh, well, this was an oops, or you were doing stuff you shouldn't have been doing. Well, I was doing stuff I probably shouldn't have been doing at that age because I was young and didn't have anything established yet. But I also took people for their word and what they wanted. And yeah, I analyzed my life. I analyzed everything. That's what took me so long to give her an answer. And no, we were not sexually active until I decided to give her a kid and a family and marriage, just like what went on with Tiffany. Tiffany did pretty much the same exact thing. And you think I didn't bring that up to her when she started saying it? Yes, I did. Tiffany put her face in her hands and started acting like I was comparing her to my ex. Well, my ex did the same thing, and now you're saying the same thing. That's how she manipulated around that. So yeah, I felt bad. I'm like, yeah, you are a different person, which it is a different person. Doesn't mean they can't do the same thing or worse. That's the thing that her manipulation got my mind not to think of. And this is how people can control your mind. They know what to say, how to act, what to do, so your mind doesn't go to that channel. Especially if you're diagnosed with something like ADHD or something like that, they can mess with you even more.